Good evening, SBC. Good evening, SBCC. Good evening, BSL. And good evening to everyone else within the sound of my voice, north, south, east, and west. This is the April 4th, 2023 edition of SBC Tuesday Talk. And I am your host and facilitator and, let me straighten myself out, and van driver and teacher and maybe chef as well, Mr. Mike Walker. Glad to have each and every one of y'all with us. Glad you can join us. Glad you decided to spend your Tuesday night with us. We hope you had a good day. And if not, we pray that things get better. And just thank you so much. So we're not going to waste too much time on get with these salutations and see who all with us this night. We got Marcus. Glad to have you here with us. Glad to have you here with us. Angela, always great to have you with us. Great to have you with us. Lynn from Guyana, good, always good to have you. Sherry from H-Town, good to have you here. Good evening to you, Rochelle Ducker. Good evening to you. Valerie from Rocket City, great to have you here. Rochelle Bland, good to have you here, ma'am. Good to have you. Janice Gibson, yeah, she was on last week's Shoot Your Shot. So, fellas, she's a good one, y'all. Don't let this one slip by you. Okay. Rachel Green, hello to you. Glad that you can have us. Teresa from North Carolina, great to have you here, the ice cream lady. Regina Lowry from Wisconsin, good to have you here. Glad to have you here. Vernon Allen, great to have you here, sir. Great to have you here, sir. Marcella Fisher, great to have you. I think this is your first time here. Let us know. I think this is your first time. Tanya Carpenter from the Metroplex, glad to have you here. Whew. Nichelle Williams, hello. Good evening to you. I love that hair. Good evening to you. Evangelist Wilhelmina Seals from Mobile, Alabama. Good to have you here. Karen, I don't want to mispronounce your last name though, but great to have you, beautiful lady. Donita Braswell, great to have you. I think this might be the last one. T from Florida, great. She was on Shoot Your Shot last week as well, though. So it was good to have you here with us last week. Oh, we still got some more. Watch this. Lisa Love Red. First time joining from Maryland. Good. I'm glad you decided to join us. Okay. Stephanie. Good Stephanie. I didn't mean to do that. Stephanie, way back to you as well, though. Okay, I think we got to get started, y'all. So, without further ado, and guess what? I'm not here by myself tonight, though. So, this ought to work out fine some kind of way. Wait, let me get these last. Hey, Victorious from H-Town, and hey, Beverly Metcalf from Louisiana. Great to have all y'all here. So let's get started, though.
Hi.
Oh my, starting. Introduce yourselves.
I'm on Mike's. Is it your left or your right?
Let's start.
I'm Jewel Cassie Mendoza, hail from Brooklyn. Nice to be here. Happy Tuesday.
And I'm Tiffany. I'm all the way from the lovely, beautiful state of South Carolina, where we have smiling faces and beautiful places. Happy Tuesday, everybody.
Smiling face. Okay, that's the song that just kind of ran through my mind.
That's actually our state slogan.
Ladies, and we may get some more people to join in, maybe. Okay. Let me guess. And here goes Tiffany's twin, Kimberly. Okay. Oh, it is coming. Oh, wait. Vernon is speaking to you. Okay.
Oh, hello, Vernon. Good evening,
okay.
sir.
Okay. Here we go. Yeah, I'm wasting enough time.
I think he's from South Carolina.
First off, what was that?
And I think he's from South Carolina as well. But go ahead.
Okay. That make it easy to date. Okay. Okay. The first thing we're gonna talk about.
No, that wasn't. No, never mind. This is the South.
Okay. The first thing we're gonna hit upon tonight. We're gonna start with this first. Friendship after the breakup. Friendship after the breakup. You know, you break up, and some people would like to say, well, we can be friends. You know, I don't know if they really mean that, or they're just using that to brush you off or to ease their conscience or whatever, though. So, and got a good video. You know, I always have to have a good video with it. You know, it wouldn't do this show if I didn't. So this y'all take a listen. This is a good video.
I know we just broke up, but I want to remain friends so I can still get attention from you and use you as a backup when I'm feeling doubts about this whole single life. Yeah, this breakup really hurts, but I want to remain friends too, because I'm hoping that someday you'll like me again and we'll get back together. That's definitely not going to happen. I just like the attention and admiration I get from you. I definitely don't want to be with you that way, but I don't want to lose what I get out of this situation. I kind of figured that, but because I'm so infatuated by you, I don't want to say no to being friends with you. So I'll take anything I can get, even though this lacks integrity for me. So, shall we keep hiding our true intentions and continue this course of action? Sounds like the routine I'm used to. Up until the point that being around you and actually not having you feels so painful that I'll have to cut you out of my life completely. Yeah, that does happen. I then will likely act shocked, even though I knew you liked me this whole time we were just friends. How great for me.
Oh, yeah.
Those some real thoughts.
I think those are real good thoughts. Yeah, going down with hey Shell. Good that. Yeah, you the one sent me this video. So yeah, that of course that's a good one right there. I don't think the friendship is over since once you cross that line. So I speak for myself. I've been in that situation. And recently. And I think what snapped me out of it is, and I'm being transparent. I said, well, hey, I like to tell you, I miss you, And her response was, how sweet. So I said, okay. So that was a wake-up call right there. So that just made me snap out of it like that, though. So, and that video hits on a lot of good stuff right there. So go ahead, ladies. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Joey. Go ahead.
I've tried this with some people, but I'm going to be transparent. Once I'm in a relationship with you, having us to be friends is a different level. And now I have to take things off that were added on, and it's hard. It's hard to do. So it's like, so we can talk. That's okay. But what else can we do? You know what I'm saying? Can we go out to eat? That's okay. Okay. Can you not call me after 10? Is that okay? You can't call me at 2 a.m. and ask me what I'm doing. Like, it's messy. It's like spaghetti. It's just messy. So I need it to be like a taco and neat. I need it to be neat. Taco Tuesday. I need it to be neat. I need everything in that taco to be in that taco. And I need to be clear. I need it to be tomatoes, lettuce. I don't, spaghetti's messy. So I need, for me, it needs to be neat, because I don't want to think you're one thing and you're another. I don't want to think, oh, he's down for me and he, it's good or whatever. And then when I'm ready to call on you, you're like, oh, no, not tonight. Or, I get pushed to the side because now I'm in my feelings and that's no good. So for me, let's let it be a taco. Put everything in there and I know what's in there and then I can work with it. That's just me.
So I'm going to piggyback on Jewel for a second, because I would take it even a step further. So let's say that you and this other person, y'all were in this relationship and things were good and things didn't work out. You just weren't compatible. So now you're friends. But guess what? When that person moves on, now you're gonna be feeling some kind of way in friend zone because you may see that this person is giving qualities to somebody else that you didn't get from this person.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're and I guess I can use the word re-traumatized,
Mm-hmm.
but you're shook all over again because now it's like, wait a minute, but I thought they cared about me, and well, we've been friends all this time. I thought, well, maybe we'll get something back. So for me, my thing is going into relationships, what I have learned to ask myself is this friendship worth testing these waters? Because to me, once you cross that line, it's almost impossible to go back the other way. Now, if it was somebody, let's say that, you had a solid friendship with before, and like Jules said, they may, you may talk every once in a while, but it's not an everyday conversation. Like, we're not talking every day. We're not going out. We're not doing anything like that. So to me, trying to hang on to that, you have to ask yourself why. Like, why do I need this person around? And I'll be transparent. So I'm in a relationship now, and an ex of mine reached out and was like, hey, I know we friends and everything. And I'm like, but my thing was, the reason that we weren't together in the first place is because you moved on and ghosted me. So now all of a sudden, whatever happened in your life, you feel like you can pick me up back where you left off, and it's not going to be that way. Right. And so I was transparent, and I said, hey, look, I'm not available. And we're not going to play this merry-go-round of emotions and get, and then mess up something good that I have, trying to be friends with you. Right. And until you move on to the next thing and drop me back off, then I'm sitting over here now out of whatever. So that's my 2 cents on it.
And just leave you hanging. And they well, what we say, breadcrumbing. So I guess this is post-relationship breadcrumbing. Yep. I broke up, but let me just kind of dip in every once in a while though, just to see, and like the man, and like in that video, hey, I'll keep you around just in case, in case of emergency, break glass. You know how that goes. So.
But then also too, one more thing on that. So kind of going along that same note, another thing that people do in that situation is they be so much of friends and this person knows so much about you that when you decide to move on, do they then interject themselves in what you have going on? Do they form your opinions for you? Do they have input? So it's a slippery slope. And I'm with Stephanie. I don't need no new friends.
And I think you should be honest with yourself. You know what you can deal with, and you know what you can handle. I mean, yes, I heard somebody say tacos aren't neat, but for me, it was the mental thing of it that I know. The tomatoes are here, the lettuce is here. I know what everything is here that's on the taco. When you have like spaghetti or pasta, you might not necessarily know what's in it, but it's good. It's like, oh, I don't know what's in it, but it's good. But when I have a taco, I know it's lettuce, it's tomato, it's this, is that. So that was my reference. But I just, if we're going to be friends and it's above the waist, then let that be it. And if it's something else, then I just need to have clarity for what it is. I don't want to mistake you. Oh, no, we friends, we good. And I'm an associate. And I think we sometimes mislabel people, because friends is the right word. And it's like, well, what's your definition of friendship? What is your definition of friendship? And there have been people that I have definitely mislabeled. It's like, oh, when you're at work, you're like, oh no, that's my friend. But then they're like, no, that's my coworker. And it's like, oh shoot. Oh, excuse me. So it's like you really have to make sure that people are labeled correctly, and labels change.
Yes.
Change for what we need. Maybe this week I'm gonna need, some heavy friendship. I need somebody to pray. I need you, to be there. I need an accountability partner. And then in the next season, it's like, well, dang, I don't never hear from Joel. It's like, no, I'm really good. And so, whatever season you're in, I feel like you should be honest enough to say, hey, this is what I need from you. And
Mm-hmm.
ask for what you need. That's what I say. Just ask for what you need. Be transparent. Be honest with yourself first.
Mm-hmm.
First, be honest with yourself. And then you can be honest with somebody else. I'm just
okay. Let's hear what the family got to say on this. They got some good ones on here.
yeah.
Carla from ATL. True is a hard being friends with someone you dated, but it also depends on. Some people can be friends,
Mm-hmm.
and you don't even revisit that relationship. But some of them, like Deborah Cox say, we can't be friends. Whew, my goodness.
But she
Okay,
said because I'm still in love with you. So
I
that's
know,
what
ain't
go
that
back to it.
you want to
Go
sneak
ahead,
a
I'm sorry.
kiss and every. Okay, let me move on, y'all.
Mike.
Michael, is something you need to tell us?
Ooh, me and Tiffany Glasses twins, y'all.
No.
Okay.
Did you just try to gloss over that? Did you try to gloss over it?
Don't worry about it, Jewel. I got you.
You
Don't worry
kiss
about it. Jewel,
That's the part we talk about, Tiffany.
hang close. I got you. Go ahead.
Y'all, this is what I have to deal with, y'all. Okay, T said, I agree. What's the boundaries? What are we? Let me know.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it can go without saying, and
Mm-hmm.
sometimes it can be confusing. We broke up. Then why are you still? I hate to sound antisocial, but why are you still contacting me? You get what I'm saying?
Because
You
they
know,
enjoy the benefits of you.
and we're not talking about a simple breakup. It could be something, serious. But
Mm-hmm.
why, I understand, I appreciate you want to be a gregarious person, but hey, why give me time to heal. You know, we both need to heal, to be honest with you. You can't break up with somebody on Tuesday, then expect to be friends on Wednesday. Just talk to each other like business as usual.
Mm-mm.
That's you got a lot to wrap your mind around. Okay, I'm sorry about that. Good evening, Pam. Angela. If we good friends before the relationship and the relationship was short, generally the friendship remains for me. But if it was a long-term relationship, remaining friends becomes very difficult. I agree. I don't want lines crossed as just as a friend again.
I agree.
Rachel says set boundaries for the friendship.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, y'all coming in, thank you. Rochelle said it is possible if there's mutual respect. I'm currently in a friendship with my ex-fiance who basically left me at the altar. I'm not gonna lie, it took a couple of years for me to be away from him in order to heal and forgive.
Right.
Whew. Mm. You got some strength on you. That's all I got to say about that. Kimberly Murphy. Holding on to a friendship after a breakup is like holding on to hope and mentality that isn't healthy for anyone. Very true. You holding on to it. Like, I know we're gonna be friends. So then one of these days we're gonna just hang out and we're gonna look at each other. That music from Lifetime movies gonna play, and y'all just look in there and just share that kiss. But that's not reality though. Okay, y'all. I'm gonna read a few more. We getting there. I like this one. Janice said, yeah, I agree. Yes. Friends, as long as they're respectful.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want I won't be the same. Yeah, okay. Clarity is so important.
Mm-hmm.
And I think everybody know that, but they like that confusion. So you be wondering, what are we? Okay. Bernie, how you doing? The power of attachment is real. Friendship is possible after some point, after some time apart, maybe a year longer.
Mm-hmm.
Mm, Okay, and this is the universal answer. I always say no thanks. I have enough friends.
Need no new
Okay,
friends.
No need.
I know, so true. Let me see, people. Victorious, definitely people mislabel friends versus associate.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna get through these. Yes, I hear Jules saying also, ask God for what you need. When boundaries have been crossed, there's no certain boundaries. We all grown, certain boundaries. Once
Mhm.
you cross into that territory.
That's difficult.
Go ahead. Were you gonna say something, Jewel?
Mm-mm.
Oh,
Mm-mm.
okay, okay, okay. Monica says they say you have to be friends before lovers, but breadcrumbing is something that a lot of men and women do. They say they love you, but come up with excuses like I work 60 hours a week. I am tired most all the time. Never make time. We'll kiss you and talk about it. I wish we had known each other after
Yeah.
years ago. We would have been happily married. Them some of them lines I use. Yeah, I mean, it. Oh, so we okay. Thinking out loud. Okay,
I
okay.
know. I'm
So
making.
much.
You making a
So
note, Tiffany?
I got you. He
Okay,
said,
okay.
Mike
We
said that
Mike. That's
had,
one of the lines that he used.
he had used this line
Uh-huh.
that
Uh-huh.
said that he was with that woman trying to breadcrumb her,
Uh-huh.
and
oh, I
she
did
decided,
breadcrumb.
she was gonna bake the cake and he wasn't ready. Okay, I got you. Go ahead.
Thank you.
She went to sweep the floor. Go ahead.
Folks, this is why I'm here by myself. Some want to hold on to friendships because it makes them look good and feel less guilty. Say that again. For breaking up with you, knowing full well there is no other mutual benefits.
Wow.
That's it right there.
Yep.
Ooh, we got a lot of I'm just gonna just put them up here right quick though, because these some good ones though. Oh, Marcus. At the breakup, I have my limitations. Being cordial is my mantra. I
Mm-hmm.
choose to be friends at the relationship without revisiting grudges. Some
Nah.
people you can do it with.
But Marcus used the word cordial, and I think that was so important because I can
Hmm.
speak to you. I can, as we say in the South, we feed you with a long handled spoon.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And it's like, hello, how are you? If I happen to see you during the holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa, everything else. But it's not me picking up the phone every Saturday being like, oh my gosh. So what happened to you this week? How was
Yeah.
your day? Like you don't get that because that's the part of me that I give to the person that I'm with. And I can't give you that and yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Pam Collins. I have no problem telling next we can't be friends just for peace because I'm not at peace right now. Let me get over everything that I went through with you. And you know what? I'm going to put a pin right there. She said that last sentence, let me get over everything that I went through with you. You
Mm-hmm.
know, the relationship could have been hell. Okay. It could have been hell. And maybe not necessary. I mean, physical abuse, you know better. I wouldn't even, but sometimes it could be emotional and psychological abuse.
Mm-hmm.
Then you turn around, well, we could be friends. Let's be friends. No, no, not here. Not here. Not today. So, I'm gonna get all the rest of these and we're gonna move. Guess what? We're gonna move on. Wait a minute. Here we go. I was gonna get these out the way. Folks want to be messy, so
Come on, Charlotte. Oh, she
You
said
see,
she didn't
Charlotte, I
Carla,
like
thought we was
what
brothers
he
in
had said was that he said, I just want to be friends with you, boo. You know how good times we had.
all the lines, Mike. All the lines.
All the lines. But Jewel, I'm sure that we have used him as well. So Mike's not out here by himself. We just like, oh my gosh, they were really nice to me. Like I'm just being there. And then you remember one or two good things they did for you, and you like, well, that person really was there for me when I needed them in this particular situation, and you kind of circumvent the fact that everything else that happened around it. So Mike, you're not
All
out there
right.
by yourself. We
All
we
right.
all at the altar with you on that one. We at the
All right.
altar.
We all at the author. Okay.
We all at the altar with you.
We
We
here at
say
the author.
you stay
Right.
by yourself.
As you know what to do, like, subscribe, and share.
Yeah.
For my sake, y'all. Okay, up next. This is the topic right here. This is the main. I'm your wife, not your child. I'm not even gonna go into explanation. I'm just gonna just play the video.
Okay.
Oh
And,
boy.
and y'all see where Y'all take a look and take a listen.
If a man has a healthy understanding that women are children and you're not in this app.
Oh man.
If a man has a healthy understanding that women are children and you're not in this adversarial back and forth with an adult, you're in this back and forth with a 7-year-old. So imagine you having a daughter and your daughter comes up and says, you broke, you're this and that. You're going to be like, what are you talking about? What do you want? Come here. Why are you so mad? You're literally going to comfort her because you mad about something. You're not mad at me. What's really bothering you? And you're actually going to comfort her. The same thing with your lady. When she starts talking all kinds of crazy stuff or whatever, she's not mad at you. You triggered her and she's now in regression and she's literally talking to her mother or her father. And she's a 7-year-old child in regression. So all she really wants is for you to be like, you know what? Come here. What's going on? Talk to me. She doesn't want to argue. She wants attention. She wants to be heard. She wants to feel safe.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
So in my mind, I feel like there's something missing here, because if you did something to make me upset, you did something to make me upset. So yes, we all have triggers. We all have plenty of things going on in our heads. But if there's a situation where me and my significant other are back and forth, I'm pretty sure that it has something to do with me and my significant other, not things that happen back here. Now, on that note, like if it's something, let's say that he cooked dinner and he cooked spaghetti, but he didn't know I like spaghetti. It must be a pasta night, Jewel. But he didn't know I like spaghetti. And he cooked it. And I'm like, and I come in the house and I'm like, what'd you cook spaghetti for? Like, I don't like spaghetti and I'm hungry. What am I going to eat? Then yeah, that's something that's different. But for him to say like, she's not fighting with you, she's regressed and she's fighting with whatever, I don't even want to use the word skeletons, but whatever triggers are back here, that's not a fair statement. To me, that's not a fair statement.
Jewel?
I felt bizarre. I was like, wait, where am I? I felt like I was in Bizarro World. But
yes.
I was like, I think when you're dealing with your significant other, you're dealing with them in the present. You might be dealing with some stuff in the past, but I don't want to take it all the way back to childhood. Like that's a long time ago.
Thank you.
So mind you, it could have been work. It could have been me driving home, somebody, it could have been a plethora of things. So for me, take the time out to, okay, we'll check. Let's go through the boxes. Babe, you okay? How was work? And you'll either find out it's work, it's to drive home, it's, one of my 3-year-olds decided to give me germs today. Like we can go through the checklist and figure it out, and it would be, an easy fix. But I don't feel like, reverting back to, she's a child. Like, wait, whoa. Like, wait. Now we're both far from that. So let's stay here in the present and let's deal with the present. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's me.
Because I was gonna say, some people would throw that argument back at the man and say, well, wait a minute. When a man doesn't want to open up and talk, are you boxing you're a child? Because when you were a child, somebody told you you're okay. Stop crying. Don't say. I mean, like that argument could literally swing both ways.
Mm-hmm.
And I think in the men's show that was had a couple weeks ago, somebody said it. He said, when women react to things, sometimes it's because other men have said or done things to make them react. So you kind of have to take the time to understand the person that you were with. Mm-hmm. But that goes back to what I always talk about, communication, having those clear-cut conversations, having the tough conversations. And like Jewel said, if I come in the house and I'm throwing down bags and all of this stuff, it's worth a pause to be like, whoa, wait, whoa, what you brought home? Like, let's figure this out. Because a wise person once told me, you can't bring what's going on at work to your house. You can't do that. So you got to learn to separate those two things. You can't bring the person that cut you off and flipped you off and cussed you out in traffic. You can't bring that home. Like, check it at the door. Now you're going to feel about it. You might talk about it, but I can't take that out on my spouse. I can't take that out on my significant other.
And just provide that safe space.
Yeah.
So give me, if I'm walking in the door, give me a few minutes, or either I need to go sit out in the driveway. Let me sit out there while you sitting out there. Give me 10. And, provide that safe space. And it goes for both people. So if you're coming in from work and I'm already home, before I say, hey, Mike, how was your day? It's like, oh, shoot, maybe he didn't mean it. You need 10? You need 10? Let me give you 10. And, again, give that safe space. Maybe tap me and say, I'm ready. Okay, hey, baby, how you doing? So,
and just taking the time to say, hey, tell me about your day. How was your day?
Okay. Justice says communication is key.
Absolutely.
But some people need to learn how to communicate effectively.
Oh, Mike, put a pin in that one.
Go ahead.
I was going to say that goes back to a statement you made a few minutes ago. So it was like people don't know how to communicate their feelings. But I think, I think you said like people don't communicate because they don't know how to communicate or something along those lines. But to me, is it that we don't know how to communicate, or are we afraid of the response that we're going to get if we're open and honest? And I think a lot of people in our heads, we know exactly what needs to be said. A lot of times we know exactly what needs to come out of our mouths, but we're afraid of the response because we don't know, okay, is the response going to be something that I don't want to hear? And I just want to close my ears and make like it's not happening? Or is it, okay, if I just face this and go ahead and have this 20 minutes of tough conversation, at least I know where we stand. And I'm not walking around thinking something and I'm in this fantasy world when the reality that's right in front of me is what I actually need to see.
Okay. Let me see. Shar says, at the end of the day, it's all about communication between two parties. Now, Rachel says this. Maybe he meant to reference a childlike behavior of wanting to be heard without knowing how to say it in words.
Maybe,
but
that would be fair, but that's not. I felt like he didn't know how to say what he needed to say either. Then.
So that's a perfect example right there. Let me see this one right here. Miss Angus, good to have you. I love a guy that listens to me and emphasizes, I am not a child. I am an adult that is upset and having a bad day. I need a man that understands me and is there for me from the beginning to the end.
Yeah.
And and I'm going to just say this, and I'm not throwing my brothers under the bus, but we always like to say we want a strong woman to have our back, to be my helpmeet and all that. Well, guess what? Your helpmeet needs help. She has a bad day. You had to be her comforter, but you shouldn't degrade her and treat her like a child and tell her, well, this is regression. This is something you want to say to mom and dad, and you taking it out on me. No, I don't think that's the case, though. They had a bad day, and just listen. Just sit down and listen, and then give her a hug, make some chocolate chip cookies and some cocoa, put some in the CD player and call it a night. If that's how you do that, though.
I was going to say, and follow back up on it. So don't just deal with it in the moment, because that's one of the magical things for me. It's like we went through this moment, you helped me through it, and then the next day or 2 days later, hey, how's your day going today? I know yesterday was rough. Like, y'all don't know how impactful that is.
Yeah. That right there, that's Tiffany. I like that. I like a follow-up. I love a follow-up.
Yeah, Yeah, that'd be a good follow up. Say, hey, babe, I fixed breakfast for you. You feeling all right? That's how you do that, though. That's how you do that. Okay. Pamela says, it's not that we don't know how to communicate. It's the person that does not want to accept what we're saying. Just like what Tiffany said.
Yeah.
Sometimes that this person's not gonna, talking to them was like trying to blow out a light bulb. I mean, it's just how effective that is. Okay. Hey, you get what I'm saying? You're wasting breath, wasting time right there. Oh boy, y'all silly tonight. Let me get this.
I've never heard that one, so I like that one. I've never heard that one. I'm right.
That's you, Mike. Write that one down, Tiffany. Write that one down.
Blowing out a light bulb. I got you. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Mike.
Bernie says, most women want a man to lead and teach them no matter how old they are. Parenting is the process of promoting and supporting the physical, emotional, social, and intellectual development of a child from infancy to adulthood. Most women seek and need that from a man in a relationship. What you say, ladies?
So Bernie, definitely respect your thought, brother. I would rebut that and say that it's not parenting. It's if I'm agreeing to walk beside you in life, not behind you, not in front of you, that means that we both come into this relationship needing something. And I'm a firm believer that the person that you're with, 9 times out of 10, is something that they can pull you up in, just like it's something pull them up in. So it's not really like a parent-child relationship. Because when I think about parenting, I'm thinking that I'm giving this child my vision of the world, and I'm raising you to go out with my framework, and then you go make it your own. So in a relationship, yes, we both cast a vision about this relationship through our communication, through those conversations, and that will evolve over time. So it's not saying that your vision is the framework for our relationship. It evolves itself over time. So if I lock it into a parenting mentality, I'm saying that this is the framework that I'm giving you, and this is the framework that we're going to operate in. And, so like I said, I kind of get what you're saying, but I think both people need all of those elements. So I agree with you when you talked about the emotional support, the spiritual support, all of those things, but both parties need that. And we walk together as we grow in that as a unit. It's not one person kind of driving the car, if that makes sense.
And I think the vision has shared vision. So let's look at it. If it's Tuesday, I want tacos and Mike wants pasta, that's not shared. Unless we both cooking the same, unless he's cooking both, because I'm not cooking at all. Anywho, so it has to be a share. I'm hungry. Sorry, Tiffany. So it has to be a shared page. We have to be on the same page. But I definitely agree with where you were coming from. If we come together and we say, okay, we're going to build together, and this is what I can contribute, and this, Mike says, okay, this is what I'm going to contribute, and we come together and formulate, then that's great. I think the parent-child relationship, again, is where this is my vision, and you have no say-so. You have no input. And I don't want to be in a relationship like that. I want to be heard. And I'm not saying, okay, everything has to be done my way, but let's talk about it, and let's communicate about it, and let's, have a, well, what do you think? Okay, I was thinking, I want to go get my doctorate. I want to go get my doctorate. It'll take 2 years. It'll cost this much. Partner, what do you think? Is this something that we can handle in this moment? Is this something that needs to wait? And that's, it's a conversation. Now, is it a want and a desire that I want? Yes, I'm going to bring it to my partner because I want it to be on the same page. I don't want it to be like, okay, this is what I want. And he's like, babe, if we had just waited a year and a half, I would have been able to pay for it. So, but again, if we don't communicate and have that conversation, and I don't share, and they don't share, then we don't necessarily know. I have my thoughts that are in my head, and he has his thoughts that are in his head. So again, it has to be, we have to be together with that.
Yeah, because I mean, like I said, I kind of get the elements that Ari is talking about. So I don't want to, berate our brother, but I get the elements that you're talking about. I totally do, but it's just the dynamics of that relationship, parent child versus spouse and mate.
Right.
Okay. Let me see. We got Angela Madison says, as a woman, a man can lead me and teach me things just as I can teach him. But I have a mama, rest her soul, and a daddy. I don't need another dad. I want an established man who knows his God-given purpose and plan where we grow together. He don't have to raise me. I'm grown. And you know what? And that's it right there, because we don't have time to raise grown children. We really don't. Like Jules said, we have to tell each other what we want. You want your doctorate. I want my, I guess, media station, whatever. Okay, let's talk about this. Which one is more practical to go after first? So, okay, darling, you go after your doctorate, and I just do what I need to do to keep things going. Right. That's how communication going, as well as sacrifice. Yeah. So that's how that goes. Okay, so and if we had to eat noodles and everything else just to get by, then that's fine, though. Yeah, this is the SBC food edition. Okay.
But we talked about noodles or pasta and tacos. I got another analogy next topic. I'm gonna pull out another food. Go ahead. I don't know what yet.
Okay. Let me see this right here. We're gonna go over a few more. When you bring a parent-child relationship in an adult relationship, you will eventually have relational incest.
That's strongly stated, but I get the
no, I get it. No, I get that. That's I can knock you upside the head with that one. I kind of like that though. A grown woman is not looking for a father. So, and I think I'm gonna do one more, then we're gonna move on. Okay, wait, that's deep right there. That is good. That is deep right there. And we read from our sister T. It's a partnership. We have to respect each other and keep the communication open, sound, and discuss things, come to agreement, to agree or not to agree, and move on till we agree on something. I am not your child and you are not mine. We are both adults. Right. So that's pretty much it right there. Tell each other, hey, I can't be your daddy and you can't be my mama. So we're going to, those days are over with. It's time for us to start from this day, April 4th, 2023. This is where we start from right there. So.
Oh, Mike, can I say one more thing on this one?
Yeah, please.
So this kind of goes back to some conversations that have been had in the group where people are like, a man needs to be able to lead me. So I think that we have to define what leadership looks like. What does being the head look like? Because there are some men who really think that being the head means I run this. You just support my vision. I cast it and I run with it. And I'm just like, but if this train is running off the track, I promise you, Tiffany gonna take care of Tiffany every time. And I'm gonna voice my concerns. And if you brush me off and it's like, no, I'm doing what I want to do because I'm the head of this thing, you probably gonna lose me. Just being real. So my thing is, when you go into a partnership which is what a relationship should be, is a partnership. Understand that sometimes you may have to give a little bit more. Sometimes you may have to take a little bit more. You got to be able to flex in and out of all of it. And if you're a person, whether male or female, that you don't have that concept going into a relationship and you're like, I'm tunnel vision, this is what I want, this is what it's going to be, you will fail every time.
Yep.
That's word right there, Tiffany. That's word right there. We thank you for that. We're gonna move on because we about to wrap things up, believe it or not. But before we do, you know, this, that, and whatever else that is. Yes. Okay. You know what? I think we're gonna lighten things up. And especially to you ladies, especially to you sisters out there.
Okay.
Does it matter how a man tells y'all that he loves you?
Yes.
Look at you. And sisters out there, does it matter? Is it the tone? Is it the way? You know, he said, I love you, baby, or something like that, or this a different tone or whatever. You know, don't look like that. Okay, let's give the people a little chance. Okay. Absolutely. Wait a minute.
It matters.
You know, it matters. It matters. Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. Okay. When I was looking for some other topics, I think I stumbled upon this one. I don't know. I get so much though. So you ladies, take a listen.
When I say I love you, I mean your arms are my favorite place to be. You do to me what no other human can. Your mere existence just charges up my soul's batteries, even without touch. When I say I love you, I mean you're my home, a place I can take off my shoes and just be. You're my calm, the stillness after the rain. You're that beautiful rainbow God drew across my teary skies. Sometimes before I catch myself staring at you, I find myself both lost and found. And in those moments, in between seconds, I realize I could never have prepared myself enough for the heights through which I have fallen in love with you.
Jewel, you all right? You good? Jewel, you all right?
Water. I need some water.
That's our next topic. I love you. Love you so very, very much. We're gonna see what the people say. But on the panelists, what do you say, ladies?
Jewel, you want me to comment first? You can calm down. You good?
Yeah, please. I need a few minutes.
Okay, y'all need a few
So
minutes.
I will say that I'll come in. So first of all, I love his accent. I thought his accent was very beautiful. I think that it is very important how we're told we're loved. I don't want it to be out of obligation. I don't want it to be because I said it to you. I don't want it to be a manipulative tactic. Let it be genuine. But how you know that is because their actions back up that I love you. So for me, I enjoy being showed I love you and told I love you. But those two things, they match. And I think that's where a lot of people get caught up, because you'll have somebody to do just like this guy. And ladies, I'm about to break your heart for a second. So this guy did all this amazing words, right? But what if you were with him and his actions didn't match that? How would you feel? Would you still feel like, oh my gosh, but he said all these amazing things to me. He made me feel loved. Listen to him. Listen to him. Like, actions got to match it.
Mm-hmm.
That's all.
Jewel, you all right?
I'm
Do
ready.
you still need a little more time?
No, I'm ready now.
Okay, go ahead.
Ooh. So because I'm a poet, that right there. But I do agree with Tiffany. I would rather your actions say you love me first. So there have been people where I was just like, oh my goodness, he's getting ready to tell me he loves me, because I just felt it. Like it was just pouring off of you. And I was just like, okay, he's getting ready to say it. Now, we do have people who don't say that. We're not talking about the words, but the times. So for me, please don't let the first time that you say that you love me be.
We're adults. Go ahead and put it. Go ahead and get it out. Go ahead.
Coach said.
Could that not be the first time? Could we be standing up and that part? I'm sorry. I tried to.
No, we're adults. We gonna have real talk around here. Real talk.
Thank you, Tiff. Mike.
Jewel, let's keep going. So he in his dial-up mode. So we go. It's like somebody pick up the phone.
Oh goodness. Y'all something else.
But no, I just
y'all have to be vertical.
Yeah, vertical. Yes. The first time? Yes, please.
Okay.
It just, because the thing is, it's like, because those 3 words are so powerful. Stevie said it. He said these 3 words, soft and simple. Like they can be the most peaceful words of your life, and you're like, oh my gosh, like this man really loves me. Or those words can be packed with so much drama behind the scenes. And they're telling you that because they want to keep you dangling on the little rope. And it's like, I notice what you want to hear, so I'm hold on to it. I notice you about to back away, and they're like, you know what? If you know I love you, right?
Tiffany, girl, he told me he loved me today.
Exactly, like
yesterday. He told me he loved me today.
It's today. Like, we're not going to talk about the other 18 times that he did it. Right. We're not going to talk about the 3 times he disrespected me. We're not going to talk about any of that, because today he told me I love you. And I'm going to hold on to that because I've been waiting so long to hear those 3 words. So, and like I said, I'm not trying to kill anybody's dreams or anything like that. All I'm saying is make sure that the actions match the words. Because like for me, yes, Miss Sherry, he done fell out. But like for me, like I heard I love you, and I'll be transparent. I heard I love you, right? And I'll tell 2 situations. So one time I heard I love you, and it became a part of this thing that I was in, this relationship, whatever you want to call it. Looking back, I'm like, it wasn't that. But it's like I heard it and all the actions weren't matching it. But at that point in life, I was like, but man, he said he loved me. So I'm all right. I'm going to hang around a little bit because it's going to get better. It's going to get better. He said he loved me. And then one day God was like, hey, like, you done trying to do this your way yet? So pull me out of it. Now, heard I love you. And those actions line up with it. Like when I'm having that bad day, get that random phone call. Hey, I know your day's going a little off the rails. Let's talk about it. You know, or hey, you know what? I know you had a grief day today. Guess what? Know that you're not by yourself. I even had an instance where I had a whole day that I could not shake grief. I couldn't shake it. Got a phone call. Hey, you're not by yourself today. I'm here. Talk to me. And then followed up on it. Didn't just drop it off and be like, okay, well, good. She good now. But followed up on it. So that's just a nugget to the fellas out there. Yes, we want to be heard. Yes, we want to be told we love you. We want to be told we love, but you got to show us too. And ladies, guess what? Men want the exact same thing, whether they say it or not. That's all I got.
Don't say it that deep though. You know.
First of all, she may just have a heavy voice, but you knew that when you met her.
And Mike, you didn't take no notes, so I don't even understand why you.
Okay, like this.
Get your grip
I'm trying to drop a nugget. I'm trying to drop some gems. I'm trying to make it rain wisdom.
Listen, folks. Okay, now Jewel was under the weather a few weeks ago, so
I was.
Here we go. Hey, Jewel, how you doing? You went under the weather. You weren't on the panel, and that's okay. So you just get you some rest, though. Okay, get you some good rest, and I'm here to talk to you. But meanwhile, we're gonna order out. We're gonna order in rather. You just come over here, bring it in. I got my Amazon Fire Stick. We go watch that movie, and we're just gonna talk. I massage your toes, and just make sure you take all your medicine, and just make sure you sleep good at night. Okay, darling? That's how. That's how you would.
La 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 la.
Tiffany. You see how he did me?
But fellas, I'm telling y'all, it goes a long way. I promise you. Y'all think we complicated? We are not. We're not complicated. And ladies, men are not complicated. Everybody want to be felt. Everybody want to be not felt. Everybody want to be treated like a person. I don't want Mike to fall out again. Everybody want to be treated like a person. Want to be heard. You know, Miss Sherry, okay. Mike is putting that back in the glove box. Okay, Miss Sherry. Mike, go and put that back in the soda can and put it in the mason jar. Top that up.
Okay, we're gonna move on.
They requesting your voice.
Okay.
Carla, come on. Everybody need a nice foot massage. Come on.
Okay.
Everybody.
Okay. We're gonna move on right quickly. Move on before.
Why are we moving on so quickly?
Need medical attention. Okay, here we go. Yes, like, subscribe, and share. Okay, you know what to do. Okay, number 2, we're gonna hit church service. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm not even gonna explain it. Just take a look and take a listen.
He tore them folks church up.
I don't watch this video. I know 20 times in the last 3 days.
The whole church? The whole church?
Did y'all hear the last note on the keyboard before?
I mean, he fell. Did y'all hear him stumble down the steps? Did you hear that bloop bloop?
First of all, there was no order to that praise break. Let's start with he was just the keyboardist was like, what is going on? Like,
he knocked that keyboard, and them keyboards ain't cheap. That was so funny right there.
I told a tambourine player. That's what they needed to, just work them out.
I told one of the girls at church, I said, look, let me go and tell you something. If this popped off at the word, I'm going to be outside peed up in the parking lot. That's what I'm going to be at. Okay? I was like, y'all going to put me out.
Where's Tiffany go?
It's like, she outside. Somebody go get her. I went to Teresa. That's why he got insurance.
For real. Everything covered, Teresa. Everything's covered.
But y'all, let's walk through this for a second. The man almost tore down the projector screen. He kicked over the drum set, knocked the cymbal off the stand, almost rolled over the keyboard player and knocked the whole keyboard down in a mic stand. That's a lot of damage. It's a lot of. I understand the spirit can get you, but I don't think I just don't think.
He said God is all
I
about
just don't believe that was. I don't know.
Somebody that didn't sit well with me.
It's something about that just wasn't kosher. Okay.
His tax return, he got that number on his phone during the
Uh-oh.
service. He got a good message he been waiting on. It's something that he saw.
Oh, wait a minute. Sherry, what Sherry got to say?
10% gonna cover that. Miss Sherry, I don't know. Because that brother may have gotten that 6-figure job text message and that offer letter in his email, and that's probably why he jumped up off of them drunk. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, let me get a 6-figure offer letter. I'm gonna go straight through the pulpit. I'm just saying, if I'm sitting there,
okay.
Excuse me, sir.
Wait, is that Tiffany?
It's like I got a reason.
Okay, we're gonna move on quickly to the last one. You know we gotta do this. 1, 2, 3. Okay, here we go. When we were young, maybe some of y'all still do it though. But as Baptists, when we used to go with pastor and visit someone else's church, you know, and they fixed dinner for us. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you know, back in the look at Tiffany. You know, they would fix dinner for us though. Mm-hmm. And sometimes that chicken was good, or rice pilaf, or whatever they fixed for us be great, you know. But other times, y'all take a look.
When the food at the guest church is nasty. When the food at the guest church is nasty. When the food at the guest church is nasty. When the food at the guest church is nasty. When the food at the guest church is nasty. When the food at the guest church is nasty. When the food at the guest church is nasty. When the food at the guest church is nasty.
Been there too.
That's all.
And y'all know if people tell you don't be eating everybody's food, and that's when you likely walk into the trash can. Oh no, I ain't even in the camera.
and you don't want to be rude and tell them that. Let me see. And then we're gonna just put this right here. I'm not eating that food because my granddad told me not to be eating other people's food. Okay, and Chase Nicole, they go straight to the okay.
And usually, if you pay attention, you know what's going on. You just pay attention. If everybody rolling past the potato salad, you might need to roll past the potato salad too.
Okay, and let me see. And my mom used to have snacks in her pocketbook. Hey, Natasha. Okay, you know what? We eat skunk. We eating skunk burger sandwiches in the after party.
Angela. Go to the corner. That part.
Yeah.
The Waffle House is open 24/7. So we got somewhere to go.
Anything. It's like, oh, can I get a mint? You got a mint?
I know. Oh, my favorite one is, you know, I'm not hungry or my stomach just ain't right today.
Boy, this tea is good.
It's like, oh, this water is blessed my soul to baptize me all over again. Yes.
It's that time. We out of time, y'all. So it's time for those announcements, y'all. Tiffany.
Yes, sir.
Could you do the honors?
Absolutely. So, guys, coming up tonight, we say about 1/2 hour. So, yeah, about 1/2 hour tonight, we're going to have what's called after party. If you've never been to one, please come out and check us out. It'll be a Zoom link that'll be posted here shortly. So just keep your eye in the group for the Zoom link and come on in. These conversations will continue and probably many more things and topics. And then join us back here on next Tuesday, 7 days from today, where we'll have another Tuesday Talk. The topics will be different and we might surprise you with a different type of show. So come back and find out.
Okay, that is good. Well, folks, it's been good. Jewel and Tiffany, y'all have been good. I appreciate y'all, and to the studio audience, I appreciate y'all too. Hopefully y'all can make it to the after party and we can have a good time. Finish this, I might read a book to y'all in my voice and whatever else we might do. So, we anyway, glad to have y'all here.
So bad.
So if nothing else, if it is the Lord's will, we'll see each other next week. So y'all take care, okay?